It started as a small argument in the kitchen, but sometimes the smallest arguments reveal the biggest truths. I came home after a long day of work, exhausted, hungry, and ready to sit down with my wife for dinner. When I asked her what she had made, she didn't even look up from her phone. With a sharp laugh, she said, "You're grown, cook for yourself. I'm not your servant." The words cut deeper than she realized. It wasn't just about food. I had spent years working long hours, paying the bills, making sure we had a roof over our heads, and always trying to support her dreams. I never treated her like a servant. In fact, I went out of my way to help around the house when I could. But her tone that night wasn't playful. It was bitter, dismissive, almost like she enjoyed belittling me. I stayed quiet, but inside I was boiling. This wasn't the first time she had disrespected me. For months I had noticed her growing colder, snapping at me over little things, guarding her phone like it held the crown jewels, and spending more time out of the house than in it. I had my suspicions, but that night, when she mocked me for expecting the simplest kindness from a partner, something inside me broke. That was the night I decided revenge would follow. For the next few weeks I observed carefully. While she claimed she was busy with friends or work events, I tracked her movements. I checked our joint accounts and saw money being withdrawn in strange places. I reviewed our phone records and found late-night calls to one number over and over. It didn't take long to confirm what I already feared. She wasn't just tired of me, she was seeing someone else. She told me I was grown and should cook for myself, but apparently she wasn't too grown to sneak around with another man. And that was when my anger crystallized into a plan. If she thought she could disrespect me, take my resources, and betray me at the same time, she had no idea what was coming. Step by step, I prepared my revenge. Quietly, I moved my savings into a separate account under my name only. I secured my valuables, changed passwords, and made copies of every document that could prove her infidelity. I even reached out to a lawyer to understand exactly how to protect myself when the time came. All the while, I acted normal at home, smiling, asking about her day, pretending not to notice the late nights and the lies. Then came the night I chose to strike. She said she was going out with her friends again. I told her to have fun and kissed her on the cheek before she left. As soon as she was gone, I went into her closet, packed up her clothes, shoes, and everything else she owned, into boxes and set them neatly by the door. Then I printed out the photos and screenshots I had collected of her with her affair partner and placed them right on top of the boxes. Finally, I left divorce papers on the kitchen counter with a note that read, "You said you're not my servant. Don't worry, I'll never ask you to serve me again, but I also won't serve as your fool." When she came back past midnight drunk and laughing, she froze at the sight of the boxes. She saw the papers, the photos, and her laughter died instantly. She started crying, begging, saying it was just a mistake, that I was overreacting, that it didn't mean anything. But I didn't raise my voice. I didn't argue. I just pointed to the door and told her it was over. The next weeks were chaos for her. She tried to fight the divorce, tried to take money, tried to paint herself as the victim. But I was prepared. The evidence spoke louder than her tears. She left with nothing but regret, and the man she betrayed me for, he disappeared within a month. She thought she was leaving me for an upgrade, but she ended up alone, broke, and living in a small apartment she could barely afford. And me? I rebuilt my life. I started fresh, focused on myself, and discovered that peace comes the moment you stop tolerating disrespect. She thought telling me to cook for myself was clever, that it showed strength. But in the end, it revealed her true weakness. She mistook my love for servitude, my patience for weakness. She found out too late that the man she mocked was the man who had given her everything, and the man who could take it all away. So, yes, I cook for myself now. But I also live for myself, free from a woman who confused betrayal with independence. Her laughter that night was the last time she would ever laugh at me, because my revenge was not loud, not violent. It was final.